Hey everybody. Um, Tonight's video is going to be about, well, basically I recently wanted to purchase something, and sorry if the angle's a little crooked. I don't know how it is. I'm actually doing this video across from me, so that maybe I'll get a little bit less camera shake while I'm doing this, but I thought about selling my Emerson CQC8 Horseman. Basically because there's something that I really want, and basically just beat up. I was gonna sell it with a bunch of other knives just to try and get a couple extra bucks to try and get this knife that I'm going after, and I just decided against it. I started cleaning it up, and here's what I started to do. Okay, so the back side of this had basically the regular finish to it, the black finish, but I mean, if you guys, whoa, sorry, it's kind of weird doing it this way, but I started to get to work on it. Basically all I did was I used some sandpaper. This is basically the only way that I'm going to be doing this, and so I just kind of, I think that I've been asked before to show my technique on what I do with my other knives as well, with the ones that I'm going to work on, such as my slip joints. But basically this is all I do to a blade. Now you guys have seen it. It's got that ugly green color that somebody had tried Duracoating the entire knife basically. You know, I got it at a relatively cheap price. Not really, I mean, through eBay, but it was still, you know, a fair amount. But anyways, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all the Duracoat that's on this, as well as, you guys can see it's on the G10 handles on the inside and partially on the out, as well as backspacer. I don't know if you guys could tell, but here's the black and here's the green, so you guys can kind of tell right there. It's ugly. You know, some people like it, you know, when something looks used, and the blade definitely looks used. Okay, I already started on the spine of this, so basically I may try to do more on this. I'm not sure. I haven't decided what I really want to do with it yet. I removed the thumb stud, but anyways, so basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all this Duracoat, and the only thing that I do is just basically freehand it. You can use it on a block. Let's see, get this in frame, sorry. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of shaking going on. I should be doing this probably on the floor or something, but maybe I'll do that at a later time. But for right now, I'm just going to get started on it, kind of show you guys what I do. But basically, you just take some sandpaper. You can do this with, you know, pretty much anything that's got any kind of steel, whatever. It's all based off of your own basic skill as towards what result you're going to end up with. There are multiple different, you know, I'm going to be using a variety of sandpapers to finish it all up, but basically I just want to get rid of the ugliness of it, all of this Duracoat stuff, because I think it's ugly. I mean, just the finish that this guy has on this is just absolutely awful. So I'm basically going to just try and remove all the Duracoat, and this would be a lot easier if, you know, you had like a sander or something like that. You could just use the sander, it would go a whole lot quicker, and then you could hand finish it at a later time. But just to basically get it all started, you know, you can definitely use the sander. You know, hand sander, whatever, it doesn't really matter. It could be, I'm sure that wood sandpaper would work. I'm not sure because I haven't really tried it. I mean, I have, and that stuff definitely is not as good as the wet dry stuff, but as you guys can see, here's what I've done in that amount of time. So I mean, you know, it's just just basically, you know, getting a little bit of handwork into it, getting a little elbow grease going, and it's nothing too big. I don't know whether or not if I'm going to sell this as soon as I finish it. I don't know what it's going to turn out and look like once I get finished with it. I have thought about maybe the possibility of sending the blade in itself to, you know, a professional and having them regrind it. You know, I've thought about sending it into Tom Crean, but considering but considering he doesn't do sharpenings anymore or regrinds, I don't know if he'll do it, but it's always a possibility, you know, invest a little bit of money. There's other guys that'll do regrinds too. I'm not sure on who all they are, but you know, if you search the forums, I'm sure that you could find somebody that would be willing to do it. Or I could also do it by hand. My biggest issue is I want to leave the Emerson sign right there, you know, the Emerson actual stamp, because pretty much that's what tells everybody that it's still an Emerson, because Emersons are copied these days. And so this stuff is gonna clog your sandpaper, as you guys can see. So you might have to use multiple sheets of sandpaper, which that's probably why I'm gonna have to redo another video of this at a later time of me working on it. But it's because I'm all out of sandpaper as far as I know. I might have a couple of sheets here or there, but I don't know where they are, to tell you the truth. I can't find them. So but let's see if I can get this one side of the scale done. The only reason why I'm really doing this by hand right now, basically I had thought about using this, you know, just a regular finisher's handle, but it's kind of hard to get your hands on it to do it like that. So I'm just kind of basically just trying to get the Duracoat off, and by hand it usually generally works quicker. So just because you can get a better motion to it. Now you might end up rounding it up a little bit. That's not a big deal. You can always go back at a later time and kind of square things up a little bit on a flatter surface, like say you know, that piece of granite that I had shown you guys once before in my other videos. Now the one part that I'm going to have trouble with is the ball detent right there. So let's see if I can get this in. So right there I'm going to have to be very careful once I get into that area. Also, you kind of want to be careful where the actual you know what I'm trying to think of, the actual pivots, or whatever you call them, I can't even think of it right now. I'm having a brain fart, like always. Bushings, sorry. Basically, you want to be careful once you get into that area, just because you don't want to remove too much metal when you're in that area, because then you could screw up your blade alignment and everything else. So this is my first actual my actual folding blade job, where I'll be working on it myself. So just kind of wanted to let you guys know. If I destroy the knife, it's no big deal to me, because it's, you know, it cost me a little bit of money, but it's not like I could destroy it so bad by doing this by hand. So it's not like it's that big of a deal. So that's where I'm getting to. There's the other side. This is weird doing this in reverse, guys, by the way. So there's that side, and then there's that side. I may just recently started to learn how to crop a little bit, so this may be a long video that I'll just end up, you know, cutting out parts to if I can. I don't really have like a movie maker or anything like that. I just have the basic software that came with my camera, so I'm not sure how well I could do on that. I may try to figure it out in the process of doing this. Who knows? Or I may just cut out certain parts and upload each individual part. I don't know. So we'll see. But for right now, we'll just get this part done. I just want to basically get some sort of finished result here. Get at least one side completely finished. And then move on from there. I'm going to have a tough time in certain areas on this. And you don't have to be like perfect with the liners or anything, so it's not like it's too big of a deal. Was I to leave it all scratched up or anything like that? As everybody knows, if they've ever taken a knife apart, especially with Emerson. I don't know if you guys can see this. Focus. Okay, you guys see all those grooves in there? The actual, it's like the actual finish grooves that you get direct from Emerson. I mean, they're kind of a little bit rough, not too bad, but you know, you can smooth that out very easily with a little bit of sandpaper, so that's one kind of bonus. I don't know if you guys ever saw the finished job on my Chris Reeve one scale, and then did the other scale as well. Just did like an antique finish on one side and a mirror polish on the other side. If you haven't seen that one, you might want to check that one out, but that's on my Sabenza regular video. So to those of you who haven't seen it, you might want to check that one out. So I thought I did a pretty good job on that finish. That's why it's my favorite everyday carry knife, because you know, you get a certain appreciation by actually putting a little bit of work into something yourself. That's one thing that I really enjoy myself, is the fact that, you know, if I invest some time into it, then it definitely has a lot more value to me, and I'm going to want to hold on to it for a while. So we'll just see how we go with this. Yeah, I'm having trouble with that detent because it's pushed down so far in there. These are the areas where you got to do like finer work, get your fingernails in there and push down and whatnot so that you can get down into those areas. So you could also like use like a screwdriver or something to push the sandpaper itself, or wrap it around the end of a, say, a flathead screwdriver, and you could just fold the piece of paper over the flathead like so, and then you get some more along the lines of so here's the actual screwdriver, and then you just put the piece of paper over it so that you could get more detailed with like finer areas that you're gonna have to push, that are gonna be deep, that you're not gonna be able to move too easily or something like that. So that it also gives you a good backspace or a back pressure also, so that you could do that finer work with a little bit more stability. So let's see here. And I am going to try and crop this, but basically want to kind of give you guys a finished type result of some sort, or possibly just multiple videos of me working on it at certain times. Just to kind of give you guys a little bit of an idea of where I'm at and whatnot. I don't know why I'm rambling. But I always feel like I gotta be talking while making videos for some reason. Yeah, I don't know. Do any of you guys get that? You know, when you're trying to make videos, you feel like you just gotta say something. So, who knows? Maybe I should just throw some music in the background. Okay, so there's a little bit of it finished. So you guys could see the sandpaper grooves. They're kind of going in all different types of directions right now. And then you got that ugly flat green. I mean, it's not necessarily ugly, but the way that he finished it, plus the fact of over the years of however many years he used this for, it ended up getting uglier and uglier as it went. So let's see here. Try and get some sort of a finished result on this in this first part, at least on this one side, because I don't want to get too far into like what I'm going to do with the G10. I'll do these in segments, I guess, kind of. So I'll do the liners at first, see where we end up with that. And then at some point I'll probably stop the video and then get both liners done, you know, off video, so that you guys don't have to sit through me doing this the entire time. But I do kind of want to get to a finished result for you guys. And this piece is just almost toast. Plus these pieces were used, I did use this piece for the back side of this blade. So basically there's a lot of grind marks that were there that I completely smoothed out. I still have a little bit of work to do on it. I don't know if you guys could catch this. Let's see here. See those grind marks right there that are in there? So I still have to do that. I got the nose of it done, and it's nice and smooth. Still got a little bit of more work to go into it. I hate going backwards like this. This is hard to do. It's like reverse in a mirror. But this part, you got some grooves that you still gotta, I'm still gonna have to work on. Put a little bit more effort into it. Do need to get more sandpaper, but like I said, I mean, with liners, you don't necessarily need to get an end result, but considering I'm probably going to put a ton of work into this so that I get it just the way that I like it, you know, kind of like taking somebody else's work and making it your own, sort of custom. So that's going to be my process, is, you know, basically what I did with, actually, since I'm talking about it, I might as well just show it. For those who haven't seen it. Okay, let me clean this up a little bit. I've just got my fingerprints all over it. See if I could say hi to you guys through this. So that was my finished job. I mean, it is still scuffed up because I do carry it every day. I do use it. But there's, let's see here, I don't even know what that is. That's something or another. Actually, that might be my camera. It is. So you guys are kind of watching yourselves right now. It's still dirty, actually. Let's see. See if I can get that back. You guys watching yourselves. Or watching, there we go. So there's the semi finish to it, and then here's the other side that kind of has an antique look to it. I didn't completely finish this side, but so that's kind of the end finish result that I'm going to be looking for, possibly on my liners. just somewhere along those lines. Since it is a hardened steel, I may not get as good a result as I want necessarily. I don't know what, you know, this stuff may not clean up the way that like ATS 34 does, or titanium, or you know, 154 cm steel or something along those lines, S30B. But I'll try to get it there. This stuff's hard to do, because I'm not really, let's see if you guys could tell here. It's just kind of like scratching it. It's not really even wanting, I don't even know what those lines are, because it's not the actual sandpaper that's making those lines. It's like inside the material of the liner itself, which is really weird. So I don't know how well that'll clean up. Get you guys wobbling a little bit here. Yeah, that's actually in the material itself. Because no matter what, it's not going away. I mean, I'm getting good scratch lines going from the sandpaper. Like, you see those fine, hold on. There's like a real fine scratching lines going. But those waves, I don't know what those waves are in that steel right there. That's just weird. So, I mean, it's cleaning up top, up near the border of the steel. It's cleaning up nicely, but on the inner part, I'm not really getting down into it. So, I don't know, but that's pretty much that so far. So I'm thinking, I'm at 22 minutes right now. I may try to crop this so that you guys aren't super bored. But yeah, I'll see if I could get better work done on that, and possibly show you guys the end result of this once I actually finish it. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good night.